We are looking at a ton of garlic, and why not? Because the Carp Garlic Festival is coming up. John Moore is joining us. Always great to see you every year to talk about this festival.
That's 2 in a row.
Yes, and then we also have Nick Elliot joining us from Alice's Village Cafe. Great to have you here. You guys are going to be right across. You guys are right across from the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
And we're going to get you cooking in a second. Yeah. I want to talk to you about the Garlic Festival in general.
Yep.
It's an event everyone looks forward to.
Well, it's the 13th annual. It's on the 11th and 12th of August. On Saturday, that's 8 o'clock in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, and Sunday from 10 till 3 o'clock.
So people are going, how interesting can garlic be? And I'm already learning there are so many varieties, so many ways
There's
to
over
have
60 varieties that we're going to have over at the festival. I've got, for instance, this is a little braid I put together for a wedding, okay? And there's actually 4 different varieties of garlic in here. We have rosewood, Persian star, Armenian, and red Janus. And I put it together in terms of how long they would store, with this being the shortest storing life and this being the longest storing life. So they could start at the bottom and work their way up. Okay?
So it's different between the coloring and how long they're going to last, but how does it differ in terms of their flavoring or how? Or
there's
what you would
different
prepare it
flavors, and like this rosewood, they usually have larger cloves. They're very easy to work with. Okay, the Persian star here has a nice nutty flavor to it. And it has smaller cloves, but the's more cloves in the bulb. Okay, and this Armenian has a more of a nuttier flavor than the rosewood. It's a similar variety. Again, larger cloves. And the red Janus has a very hot flavor, and again, smaller cloves, maybe a little more difficult to get to.
I didn't even realize you were literally listing off, this one is nutty, this one is sweeter. It's amazing that you know that, and especially when you're cooking and preparing different foods.
Yeah, it's to each his own. Some people don't like the too big cloves because they're not really all that much into garlic, but they like some garlic in their cooking. Whereas, let's say, if I'm doing a spaghetti sauce, I love this one here because I put in a couple of bulbs into my spaghetti sauce, and the big cloves, it's easier to work with. Like restaurateurs, like
Nick. I was going to say, so Nick, which one are you going to
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, really for size is good for us. I mean, we go through high yield, so big cloves are good for us, absolutely.
And do you find that it's something that you've incorporated into a lot of the cooking and what we're seeing in your kitchen?
I mean, the stuff that I brought today is stuff that we have on the menu right now. We started with a potato salad that we're running right now. In that, we've got a roasted garlic aioli, and really roasting the garlic is sort of my preferred way to work with it. I think it brings out a really nice sweetness out of the garlic, really tones down the harshness.
Right.
So I find it, you can incorporate more garlic into something.
So you'll spend the time roasting the garlic prior to any of the other preparations and have that ready to go.
We keep roasted garlic on hand just to have it ready to go.
It's ready. Okay. Yeah. And the potato salad is one of the hits.
Yeah, no, that one's been selling great.
Do we want gum? I'm going to ask you this afterwards, after we eat some of these items.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I read about garlic, sort of the digestion of it, and after 8 hours and 16 hours, you can even still have some of the.
I've heard you could rub garlic on your feet, and then a little bit later, you'll end up tasting it in your mouth.
I haven't quite tried that one yet. Okay.
I'm going to try that one.
Although it does, my wife says the garlic smell does stick with me after I've worked at it for a while.
Well, you're working with it every day. These look fantastic. I think we've already called for some of these sandwiches. So this is what we would see.
Yeah. So this is our best-selling sandwich. It's a turkey confit and bacon. It's basically a play on a turkey bacon club. Confit turkey done in roasted garlic oil. There's again similar garlic aioli that's spread onto the bread there. So packed full of garlic, and it just happened to be our best seller. So it seemed like a good fit to bring in.
These look really good too. These
we serve all the homemade chips with our sandwiches as well.
I can tell these are fantastic. And then everything usually put on.
We have obviously much larger panini presses, but this is sort of how we go about heating all the sandwiches. It's just in a press, and it helps to press the bread down and warm everything up inside. You
guys are going to be busy, especially being right across from the fairgrounds in terms of having everyone coming out to the festival. So it's running not this weekend, next weekend, the 11th and the 12th. And the coming people should ask the questions, because they're going to be looking, once they're purchasing this many, how to store it. And so do you have some quick tips right now, really quick?
Just the idea of storing garlic on a braid like this, keep it away from direct sunlight and any heat source. Even the fridge is a heat source, okay?
It's funny,
a stove. Just what it needs, it could have indirect sunlight, but a good air circulation, that's key. Okay, otherwise it dries out too quickly.
Okay, lots of that. Yeah, you'll be having a lot of questions people are going to ask you over the course of the festival. Get down there to the Carp Fairgrounds and be able to take it in. And I'm going to dig in, by the way, on one of those sandwiches.